All right, let's get started. Today we are going to do the Slack UI. I think this is going to be a good one. I think we're going to be able to get pretty far. And today we're only going to do an hour. So here we go. All right, so first I'm going to do today's in dark mode. So I'm going to change the brightness to dark. You can see there, this is just the normal Flutter setup here. So I'm going to take, I don't even need any of this, so I'm just going to remove it all. And I'm going to put this as the thing with Slack is that there isn't really like a home page. So there's just like this main scaffold that keeps getting injected with different stuff. So I think we're going to keep that as the thing that we're going to work on. So it seems like it's quite repetitive. So we could just say that this is going to be a message stream is where it's going to dump you in. And it won't have a title. So we're going to create a file in here called message stream.dart. And this is going to be a stateful one, I'm assuming. So we're going to do that, and it's going to be called message stream. And we're going to material. And then here, oh, this looks like a new, what is this? Apple period. Oh, that's going to be nice. Okay. So now we got that message stream. So let's just make sure this is working. There we go. So let's put this in scaffold. There we go. Okay. So let's set this up. Number one. So we're going to have the app bar. And the leading is going to be this menu. It's going to be like this. Yeah. And unpressed, we're not going to do anything with that yet. All right, cool. I wish they had different menus, but I don't think they do. It doesn't really look like that, but yeah, okay. Then for actions, it's going to have a couple. Both are going to be icon buttons, so we can copy and paste that like that. And then we're going to have an ellipses, which is, I think, is a more. Yeah. And then search. See what that looks like. Yeah, that works. Okay. And then the title, we're going to do that as a text field, and that's going to be the channel name. So for right now, we're just going to put hashtag channel, and then center title is going to be on false. There we go. That kind of looks like that. And then we need to decide if we want the text field at the bottom where you type your message to be in a bottom navigation, or to be in a column at the bottom, which I think I want to be at the column at the bottom. So this elevation we're going to put to 0 so that there's no shadow. But what we're going to do is that there is a border on it. So on bottom is a preferred size widget. So you got to make sure you do that. And then we're just going to do a container that's the height of 1 and the width of double infinity. So it stretches. The preferred size is going to be size dot from height, and we're going to put that at 1. And then we're going to put this color to, I have no idea. We're just going to guess right now. Color's gray. I think that should do it. Yeah. It's not the color we want, but it's the right shade. So maybe something like that. That's better. Yeah. All right. So I think that's good for the app bar for now. And then let's create the body. So inside this body, we're going to have a column. Nope. Nope. Like that. Right? And inside that, we're going to have some children, and we're going to have one expanded, and we're going to have the message area. So for that, I'm going to pull it out. So build input. Okay. And then inside this expanded, we have a child, and that is where our list view is going to go. And inside that, we're going to have, this list view, which is going to have build message. Okay. And we'll build a couple of those. Right. Okay. So now we're going to do, we're going to build the input. And we're going to take this and build the message. I'm sure there's quicker ways to do this, but okay. So in the input, it's pretty much going to be so I think it has to be a container. And that container is going to have a height of k toolbar plus you get to account for the padding on the bottom of depending on the device. So for this one, it has this padding here on the bottom, and that gets really annoying sometimes. So you got to always account for that when you go and load it on like an iPhone 8 or 7. It gets all screwed up. So we're going to do this. We're going to have decoration. And inside that decoration, we're going to have a border. Inside that border on the top, we're going to have border side with a color. And that's going to be colors gray with a 700, just like the other one. And let's take a look at that. Oh, yeah. This one we need to execute. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that looks just about right. And then also under here, we're going to change the color to the app bar color. Like that. Oh, let's keep going here because I'm sure I missed something. Okay, so in this, here, let's just get something in here so we can make sure this is working. So you can see I test everything with my name, just is easier. There we go. Okay. So let's go back to this input. So this is built from a column. Inside that column, we're going to have the text field. And we're going to have kind of like an actions bar, which is made up of a whole bunch of different icons. So that's a row. It's a row. So we're going to do that. I think I'm going to make these even. So let's just work on some. Let's wrap these in some expandeds. Oops. Like this, and then put the label text as message channel. And then here, I want to put in input buttons, but I think they're going to be too large. Or sorry, icon buttons. But I'll try. So let's see. We need the @ or hash. No, I don't even know if they have an @ symbol. They have an @ symbol. They don't have a hashtag. What else is that symbol called? @ I don't see it. Last week I added in the font awesome ones. Oh, here we go. Alternative email. Of course. What else we call that? Alternative email. Okay. And then unpressed should be no. Right. And then let's see. We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do the got this like text one. Which is like a capital A and a lowercase a. It's kind of like this text format. I guess we'll just have to do text format for now. Okay. And then there's a big space. So we'll just put that as this for now to just take up that space. I cannot type. And then we're going to have 3 more of these. And it's going to go this little file with a attachment, which I doubt we're going to have. No, so we're just going to use a file one, which is like description. Okay. Then we're going to get some images. Wow. Perm media. Okay. And then we have the little airplane, which is like a send button. Send. There we go. How about that? That was right. First one. Okay, so let's see what that looks like. All right. That's a little better than what I thought it was going to be. So you can very clearly see that we're running out of space. So what we need to do is we need to put a safe area at the bottom around the body, I think. This kind of acts weird sometimes. So we're going to try it out here. There we go. Sweet. All right. Yeah, we don't want that action, but it's okay. So we're going to change some of this. So on this text field, input decoration, right? We have label text, and we're going to put border. And that border is going to be outline input border with a can't see anything here. Outline input border with border side. I'm just going to make the width 0, I think. missing a couple formatting issues. Another one? Yep. All right. Yeah, that wasn't the right one. So maybe underline. And then underline, I can say, yeah, because I think we need to change this for like every one, which is focus border, like that. That's better. Alright, so then we're gonna come in here, we're gonna add some padding to the left and right. Probably about 16. Yeah. Let's give this a refresh. Get that focus off. I think this is going to be helper text. We're not going to have a. There we go. All right, so I'm going to try to get rid of those colors. Add some helper text in there. No. Maybe if we do underline but outline, is that what it's called? Yeah. No, it's not helper text. What am I looking for? Counter error, hint. There we go. This border just does not want to cooperate. So I'm not sure why I can't get rid of that border. There's no property on that. Border side none. There we go. It will not draw a border. Well, what do you think of that? How about that? Hey, there we go. All right. So now we can kind of tidy this up a little bit. This doesn't need this padding. We can add the top, maybe 4 on the top, and this will tuck this right in there. Maybe even a little more. Sweet. All right, I think that's pretty good for now. Still not sure why this color didn't come through. I'm assuming that should be okay if we pull the app theme background color, but it's strange that it's not coming through. Because if I do scaffold color, it's probably going to be the same. Let's just make sure it's being taken at all. I always just test this real quick. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll leave it for now. Alright, so now let's do the list part. Let's build these messages. So this message is going to be a list tile, which we could build builders for this, which is probably what you should be doing, but I'm not really good at those, so I always forget how to do it. I gotta copy other stuff, so that's not interesting. Alright, so for the leading, we're going to have this little avatar, but it's not a circle avatar, so we're going to custom make it. So we'll make a container. It looks like it's going to be about 32. Might not even be that much, but we'll just start there. It's going to need some decoration. The box decoration So the color, we're going to make it like a canvas color for when it loads, and then it's going to have a border radius of about 4 maybe, and then it's going to have an image, and this is going to be their little profile photo. So I'm just going to go steal one from the web. So let's Google search Brad Pitt images. I'll take it. Copy image address. Alright. There we go. That is a long image address. My goodness. How about that one? That looks a little better. Yeah. Alright. Now we're going to do fit. And this is going to be a cover. Now let's see what that looks like. We got some error because I think I missed one of these. Yep. Alright. There we go. We got Mr. Brad Pitt there as an avatar. That looks actually pretty spot on. So now let's move on to the title. That's going to be a text. And that's always going to be the person's name. So we can do Brad Pitt. Right? And then we'll just do a subtitle. And that's going to be the message. So we can just, let's just take this text because it's easier. There we go. That's going to be that. And then we're most likely going to be 3 lines. So we might need to redo this just now that I'm thinking about it. And we're missing something, maybe? No? Ah, there we go. Alright, so now we got some messages coming through. We have some serious spacing issues, which I don't think we're going to be able to handle with this, but we'll give it a shot. Nope. So now we're going to do some styling. I'm going to make this bold. And the message looks okay. It should be white. So we'll do that. So we're just going to copy this, just in case you want to switch themes. So we're going to do it as text theme body 1 color. There we go. Okay. After Brad Pitt's name, there's the date. So we'll put that in there. So right here like this, it's going to say the time in which he posted it, right, which is going to be something like this. And then, you know, we could even put, let's see if we can do date, time, let's input international, now, and we'll say to local. And we'll say here, let's just do it. We'll take this, and up here, inside this class, we're going to build it. So we're going to say date, time, now equals that, right? And then we're going to say, I'm going to take number format. If we do, no, it's going to be date format, I think. No, number format? Really? Isn't that what it is? Date, time, format. Date format class. Hello. Date format of let's say time. Time equals. What the heck? Date format. Oh, probably because, yeah. So this is actually going to end up being a string, and we're going to use date format dot, maybe now I can import it. No. Let's just, I don't know why it's not, it should be importing the international, this one. I don't know why it's not working. Let's just make sure that we haven't franked anything up here. What did I miss? I think I missed something. We're half an hour in. I'm blowing it. I'm blowing it. Ah, there we go. For some reason, it didn't want to do that for me. No, still can't find that thing. All right, not doing it. Simple as that. All right, so we're gonna say, let's say 1:21 p.m. And this is going to be caption. That's going to go right there. All right. And on the main axis, we're going to make sure that it aligns to the bottom. Right there. Oh, whoops. No, cross, I meant. There we go. Cool. All right. So let's get the drawer working. So that'll be interesting. So we're going to hack this a little bit too. Sorry. So in this message stream, right, we got our inputs, we got our messages, and then right here we're going to need to put a drawer, which is going to be on the left-hand side. So with this, we're going to have a drawer, and inside that we're going to put a couple different things. This is kind of an interesting list. So first we're going to do a column, actually. And then inside that column will be some children. We're going to do a container that has a height of the K toolbar, the width of K drawer width. Yeah, there was something there. K sidebar. No. I think if I do double infinity, it'll be okay. And we'll make that just a color of red for now. That way we can see it. And then the remaining will be an expanded Yep, being expanded, and that's going to have the list view. And that's going to have children, and those are going to be like little inkwells, I think. And those things are going to have on taps, and they're going to have children. Inside that child is going to be a row. I'm just going to keep writing this out. There's going to be a container, which is going to have the width of about 16, it looks like. And then there's going to be an expanded, which is going to have a child of text, which is going to be the title of, just going to be the channel. I'll just do this for now. Channel title. All right, and inside this one, it's going to be text like that hash. Go. So now the fact that this has a drawer in it, now this menu button up here actually does something, or it should. Actually, you know what? If I remove it, funny enough, they'll put their own in there, and now it'll work. All right. So now I got the drawer working. So in this drawer, we have this container here, and then remember the padding. So the top is always tricky, top and bottom. So with this, we can add the media query padding top. Right, and that should bump it. Or maybe if we do this. Put a safe area around it. There we go. It's going to be the back. It's going to be the same color, so I'm not really worried. But we can add the border. Right, and we're going to do border, bottom, border side, color is going to be colors gray 700. Right, that, sweet. And then we're going to have I'm going to take the same square that we put Brad Pitt on it, which is in here. Right there. And we're going to put that in our drawer up here. Yeah, so we're going to have a child of this app bar up here, and that's going to have a row. Inside that row, we're going to have children, and then we're going to have the Brad Pitt thing, which is going to be your company logo. And then we're going to have an expanded, and that is going to have the text field. And that text field is going to have decoration. Remember, we learned about border. We're going to put this, right? And then we're going to put border side. And we're going to say border side dot none. No, border dot none. There we go. Was it border side? Yeah. Okay. Except this is going to be filled, it looks like. So that's going to be set to true. And then we're going to have some hint text, which is going to be jump 2. And then we're also going to have a prefix icon, which is going to be the search. Let's give that a look. Oy vey. Oh, we gotta get rid of this. It's pushing everything down. There we go. Okay. So now we can start to play with some of the spacing. Like that. Space him out. This text field is always a bugger, so I think we might just do that and leave it nice and clean. And then for our list of stuff, we're going to have our channels and our direct messages and things like that. So that we want to kind of space out a little bit. So we'll put some padding around it. I think 16 around the whole thing is going to be nice. Right, yeah, okay. So I think that actually looks pretty good. We'll take this out and we'll do build drawer list item. So we're going to inject some stuff there. So okay, I'll do it down here just so it's easier. Drawer list item. Okay, so what we're really going to take is this initial thing where the text, we're going to have that be this thing called leading. And then inside here, we're going to have a widget called leading. And then inside here, we're going to put the text. Right, so now we're going to inject that, so that'll be cool. Right, and then we can have a whole bunch of things there. Those are all my channels. And then I'm going to have another one down here, which is going to be a actually, no, we're going to leave it blank. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this in here like that. Actually, you know what? No, that's not what we're going to do. So we're going to take that away. We're going to leave it like that. And instead of this being a widget, put that back in there. We're going to have a Boolean that says is channel, right? And then if is channel is true, we're going to print out this little hashtag. If it's not, we're going to put a container with a height of 8, a width of 8, and a color of teal in the middle of this 16 area place. And then here we could say that is this a channel true. And now I can list all my channels, and then I can list all my peeps that I'm talking to. There we go. See, now we get that kind of cranking. So this, we'll have to pull this out. All right, 20 minutes left. We're working through this here. and it's coming along, I think. I don't want to get a little bit further, but we're making our way, I'm just gonna rip through a couple things. My autocomplete again is running so slow. So what am I missing? Oh, I had it right. Oh my god, I can't type. Serious? Jeez, that didn't save me any time. Okay. There we go. So I think we can maybe put some other stuff in here, like if it's a channel, say the channel title, or else say sender name. That way it'll change this to sender name. And then we can build a subheader, and that subheader is something that says like direct messages, right? And that's going to style, what is that caption style? No, whatever. So you can do this, text theme, caption, right? So that says direct messages, and then up at the top it says channels. So we could take this, let's just polish this up a little bit. So this is going to need some padding around it like that. And then this is also going to need to be wrapped. And then here we're going to have an icon button with a plus. How about add circle outline? Yep. And then I'm pressed. Okay, and then with this main axis, we're going to separate them. Space between. Let's see what that looks like. There we go. Cool. This is way off. This probably just needs to be horizontal 16. Yeah, that's better. Better. And then we can just copy and paste this up here. Right, something like that. Now we got our channels. We got our thing, and then this is in a tab view. So we'll try to fiddle with that some more. So inside this drawer we have tabs, which is very interesting. So this column is actually part of a tab bar view. So we can try to do that in 15 minutes. Let's try. So tab bar view. We're going to have this run by a controller. That will have to outline. So up here, we're going to have tab controller. Tab controller. Like, no, like that. And then every time, I don't know how to do the init state. I never remember how to do it, and they never give me the quick, easy way to do it. It's not that. Always go there. I can't find it. It's so annoying. There we go. That's all I ever want. Just that. Okay. So that's there. And now we're going to initialize this tab controller. And we're going to say that the length is going to be 3. And we're going to vsync this. And this is going to be with single something mixin right there. Okay. And now we have our tab controller running on this, which is working well. And then we can just say, hey, you know what, let's just make 3 tabs there. I'll make them all the same thing for now. And we're not going to jump around on these. We're just going to swipe. So we'll need to hot reload this because it's not going to know about that tab controller. Okay. So now when we open this up, now we actually have some tabs here. Sweet. Right. So now we jump around there. We can show workspaces on the first one. So on this first tab bar, on this container, we still got the border on the bottom. Yep. Actually, we don't even have the border on the bottom, so we're not going to have that. But what we are going to have is a color. Color's gray of like. Actually, I'm going to say color's black. Black of like this maybe, and then we're going to have a row, and inside that row we're going to have an icon button, and that icon is going to be a question mark. Question answer, nope. For real, they're icons. You have the worst search, help outline. Jeez, all right. So we got that, and then that's going to be expanded, that's just great, and then we're going to have another one, and on the right, we're not going to have an icon button actually, it's just going to be a text button thing. No, flat button, that's what I want. Flat button, and the child is going to be text that says edit, and the on pressed is going to be no. Okay, and then instead of this text field, we're going to have text that says workspaces, and that's going to be as body 2, I think. I'm going to try. See what that looks like, and this is going to be centered. Okay. There we go, workspaces, edit, help, and you go to your list of channels. Cool. All right. So then in here, in this list of channels, we can remove this title one. We can remove pretty much all of this stuff here. And I want to steal what I did for the messages. So I'm going to build a message and put that in here. except I'm going to do 3 different workspaces. Right? Each one of these I'm going to put as true. And then up in here, for build message, I'm going to say is workspace. So I'm going to name it as false. So these I'm going to say is workspace true. So now that this is workspace is false, we're going to do this. And we're going to say is workspace. And these are going to be much bigger. They're going to be more like 48, or else it's going to be 32. And now let's take a look at that. There we go. So now we got our bigger things there. And then we're going to say is workspace. We're going to print it out, and it's going to say workspace name. And then underneath that, where it normally says the subtitle, it's going to say the URL, which is going to be workspace name dot slack.com. This. Boom. Like that. Right? And then it's not going to be 3 lines if it's a workspace. So we can change that spacing. And then it's also not going to be this body color. It's going to be colors gray. Like that. Sweet. So now we got our workspace. Looks pretty good. And now at the bottom we can actually add one. So we can do is workspace is true, yes, and then we'll add one more property called is last. And that's going to be false as well. Right. So, but here we can say is last true. Okay, and then is it a workspace? Yes. Is it last? Then don't do anything, or else put that there. Right. And then we could say, is it a workspace? Yes. Is it last? Put add workspaces. And then finally, up in here, instead of doing Brad Pitt, we can put the canvas color, and instead of doing an image, we can put a child. And inside that child, we'll do a center, 6 minutes, icon, icons, add. See what happens. Hey, look at that. We don't want it to be canvas color though. We want it to be colors gray. There we go. Let's remove the time if it's a workspace. Actually, we'll just remove this whole thing. You know, we'll put it around visibility. And we want that to show when it's not a workspace, so that goes away. Visible, there we go. Sweet. And then we also want to do that for the subtitle. So we're going to take that out, and we're going to wrap this like this. This is just my cheap way of doing that. And then we only want to show this if is last is false. Cool. So that's cool. I think we got that. So now we got that, we got our channels, we got our messages. What else should we do? We could do an end drawer. We got 4 minutes. Let's do an end drawer real quick. Let's do an end drawer. Let's do an end drawer. Where's my build message? Scaffold, app bar, body, drawer, right here. End drawer. That's going to have a drawer. Inside that, we're going to have a child, which is going to have a list view, which is going to have children, which is going to have list tiles. I think there's a type on these. No, I think there's a type. There's something with a type. There's title. We'll put set status just for now. And then we're going to make those 3 dots more vertical right here. We're going to make this open this end drawer. So we're going to say scaffold of open end drawer. Let's try that out. Scaffold of in a context that doesn't have an end drawer. I believe it does. Sure looks like it, doesn't it? Man, I swear that that has an end drawer right there. Interesting. I thought that was pretty much the easy way to do it. I'm not sure why it's not recognizing that end drawer. Probably something that has to do with a key. Let's see if I take this away. If it's going to add anything in here. Let's see if I take the whole actions away. What it adds. Yeah. Weird. All right. Well, there you go. I mean, I think we made it pretty decent. Pretty decent progress here. And yeah, I mean, that's Slack right there. I mean, I would buy it if that was Slack, right? So yeah, I think we got pretty far. We got the sidebar working, we got these other things. I mean, just really good for mocking up designs and going through stuff really quick, and that's what I like to use it for. So on to next week.